Today I'll be doing a fork oil flush on a 2023 ZX-10R. The hardest part is trying to take these off the motorcycle because it's a very tight space, but once you manage that, it's probably a very easy job. So the tools that I'm going to be using, all I need is a ratio rite to measure what comes out of it, and then I'm going to put the fork oil, which I'll show you in a little bit. So one of these tools that you're going to be requiring is the Motion Pro fork cap socket. This is a 43mm one. I recommend you guys getting this. And there seems to be a problem when I drain the oil. I believe this is on the right leg. I'm assuming it's going to be the same on the other fork leg too. This is over 375 cc's or milliliters that I just drained, and I haven't disassembled the fork. I was just pumping the fluid out. The book says when you're changing the oil, keep it to 335 milliliters. That's easily over what, 25-30 ml. And I realized with the stock suspension and my weight, it's so hard for me to try to get maximum compression, right? Even though I try to, offload the preload, and the stock springs doesn't really help because it's too stiff for me. But I'm just trying to manipulate it with the fork oil. I've got success previously changing the fork oil on my previous motorcycles. And this is the Maxima 5-weight oil. I'm just going to put in between 300 and 350, I think somewhere close to 335, 340, just 2 notches below the 350 mark is what I'm going to be putting into my fork. I'm just going to go ahead and put some grease on top of this fork cap. There is a seal, a rubber seal, and I do not want to have difficulties opening it later. I have had some horrible experiences before on my Hayabusa where I just cannot get the fork cap out, and I suspect it's a dried fork cap seal. So I'm going to go ahead and put some grease just right about there. I'm going to then tighten it up and get ready for installation. And the hardest part right now is to assemble it all together. So what I'm going to basically do is going to slide this one up without damaging my fender. Start with the right one first. It doesn't matter what order, but what matters is the orientation. You got to make sure it is these slots on the fairing fall exactly where they're supposed to. It'll help if you have another extra pair of hands, but I don't, so I'm going to do this all by myself. Okay, I've already set up the forks, mounted them, and just tightened them but not torqued them because the manual says that you'll have to get on the motorcycle and have the suspensions set. I think it is to do with alignment, so that you can torque the clamp bolts evenly, the pinch bolts here, and the lower clamp bolts on each of the forks. And then once you get up there, get it aligned to the right amount, the correct I think level. The manual would have the specifications. I just went according to my eye, and I balanced both of them, or made sure the fork heights are the same on both legs. Once I put it up, I managed to tighten this one, as you can see right there. So I'm just gonna go and set my camera here and get ready for the bouncing, if that's what we can call it. Keep pumping the brakes a little bit. I just put up the calipers. I think that should do it. Just going to go ahead and put it back on the
center stand and just start tightening up the clamp bolts, and as well as the axle over here. It says 96 or 95 pounds, foot-pounds, and 15 foot-pounds there. And there's a sequence for tightening the clamp, fork clamp bolts, pinch bolts over here. You gotta go 1, 2, and 3. That's the tightening sequence. And you should do that on both the fork legs. Yep, I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now.